Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the video. Hope you guys are all enjoying your wonderful Saturday evening or afternoon, and welcome back to another weather update. This is actually not going to be a video on Windstorm Jacob for the Midwest and Northeast, and even the Ohio Valley. We're actually going to be talking about something a bit different, and I've actually been trying to post about this all week, but with tennis practice and just homework, I just have not had the time to focus about this because Jacob was the primary subject this whole week. So I just really did not want to make just this video just like this, over Jacob, but now I am, since Jacob's mostly over, and I won't have a video out on Jacob tomorrow, or I don't think so. But again, we're going to be focusing on a major cold front that's going to bring in winter temperatures back to the southeast and much of the eastern United States. We're going to be seeing teens, single digits, and even 20s throughout all the way to the south, to the southern Gulf of Mexico. So again, southern Gulf coast. Again, these are going to be a major cold front coming with the next couple of hours. Now we're going to be seeing some 20s and teens all the way throughout the mid-Atlantic, southeast. Again, we saw our winter precipitation come back to the east with Jacob, and now we're going to be seeing the wintry temperatures. You guys are probably thinking, why is it such a big deal? It's winter. Like, you see cold fronts every year, or almost every week. Well, again, we've been dealing with spring temperatures for the past weeks, and it's been super warm. We saw some 50s, even 60s, even all the way up to the 70s and 80s in these areas for much of the eastern coast. So just tired of it. So we're finally seeing the end of these spring temperatures and finally seeing winter come back. But it's going to come back really, really cold, like dead winter temperatures. Now we're going to start seeing, I'm going to be seeing it to 24 degrees as lows and all the way up to 20 degrees by Tuesday. And my highs will be all the way into the low 40s. So that's very cold. But if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, guys. It really means a lot when you guys support my channel. Yeah, it really means a lot when you guys support my channel. We are so close to 2,030 subscribers. So if you are new, be sure to subscribe. Also, be sure to share the channel to any friends or family that you think will love my daily weather forecast, or that you think will want to know about this cold air finally coming back to the eastern coast. But yeah, without further ado, let's get in this video. So we're quickly just be taking really a quick look at the National Weather Service. Not necessarily because there's really anything to talk about based on really this on the cold front itself, but just really going to talk about it other than really there's nothing really at all to other than some wind chill advisory or anything. There's not really anything like no really cold advisories or anything. But again, we are going to just looking at what we have out here into the with the active alerts. We do actually I believe we do still have winter weather advisories for much of the areas in the Midwest and out here into the Northeast and the Great Lakes. Again, we had those areas just much in the Northeast and New England area from Jacob, still bringing a good amount of snowfall. I don't think I'll have another video on this by the time I post on it on tomorrow morning. It'd just be mostly over. Don't really want to. I might have this type of video out tomorrow as well. But again, we're going to show some winter weather advisories for Wisconsin, Michigan, still throughout areas near South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and then much of the Northeast. And we still have winter storm warnings now throughout scattered areas in the New England area, and still have some throughout many areas near Minneapolis, Duluth, Eau Claire, even near Iowa City and Waterloo. And we still have blizzard warnings in effect throughout many just for thousands out here into the Midwest with the strong winds and very heavy snow. That's going to cause a lot of whiteout conditions for Michelle, South Dakota, areas near Aberdeen, Sioux Falls, Sioux City, Iowa, much of north central Iowa itself, Rochester, Minnesota, for much of southwestern and south central Minnesota, and then we had just here near Fargo. And then we do have flood warnings in effect throughout areas, and flood warnings and flood advisories throughout north for central Missouri. And other than that, then we do have some wind chill advisories all the way from Illinois all the way to Montana. Again, it's going to be partly with the cold, but again, that's really it. But now we are going to be looking at the GFS temperature anomaly here. We're not going to be looking at the 6 to 10 day outlook because this is way after this. This cold front's not going to be super duper long lasting, but again, it is going to bring the winter temperatures back. But again, let's actually go back to the next negative 72 hours. So you guys probably, for those people who don't remember, the major super duper warm air again. We saw this little over than 3 days ago. We saw up to 12 to 16 degrees above average in these areas. We saw spring temperatures, and it's been like that for weeks now. So we have not seen really anything past the 30s out here for the past couple of weeks, and that is super rare. But as the next 6 hours, we're going to be seeing a major cold front to come in again. This is actually the cold front. There's a reason why Jacob was so big of a system. Again, we are starting to start seeing some above average temperatures later on tomorrow, but it's actually get super cold by tomorrow night. So you're probably gonna see a close to a 20 to 30 degree difference for many areas, especially in the south central. We could be seeing some normal, or sorry, above average temperatures, and then it will actually, instead of getting the highs as we go over in the day, it's not going to get warmer. It's actually going to get colder. For example, I'm actually going to be up to 45 tomorrow morning, like at 7 a.m. And then by 11 a.m., I'm going to be at 38. So again, it's going to actually go down. So you're going to basically see the change happening. But again, we're going to be seeing this little kind of, it's not really a major cold front, but it's only major because the temperature is going to bring in how widespread it's going to be. Again, it is going to bring very cold temperatures, though, throughout areas to Montana and North Dakota within the next 6 hours. So later tonight, sorry, not tonight, tomorrow morning. Very early. Say that's actually still tonight for Mountain Time and Central Time. Still gonna be seeing up to 8 to 12 degrees below average in these areas, maybe even 16 to 20 in that far north central part of Montana. And then we'll see these other areas close to 4 to 8 degrees below average. Again, gonna be very cold. We're gonna be taking at the temperature shaded, so you see exactly how cold. But again, as you can tell, this cold front by Sunday afternoon or tomorrow afternoon, this cold is really gonna start pushing this warm front out again. This was the last of the cold, though. This was the last of the warm fronts. Again, these warm fronts have lasted for probably 2 to 3 weeks. So again, we'll also see some very, very warm temperatures on the Carolinas and the coast of the east, of the southeast. But again, this cold front will get a lot more widespread now. Not even gonna bring up to half a degree to even 3 degrees below average for the south central, the Gulf Coast, and going to bring this colder temperatures from many areas into the northern plains and Midwest, close to 12 to 16 degrees below average. So then definitely be very cold. But as we now get into Monday, this is going to get a lot worse and a lot more widespread. Again, going to be seeing close to 8 to 12 degrees below average throughout much of the coast. So it's actually a pattern change. We're actually be seeing, it's a pattern change now, a pattern flip. It's not going to last super long as like this. So it's not really going to be necessarily like a huge pattern change, because pattern changes when it like completely changes and it stays like that for more than like 3 days. But again, this is definitely going to flip the warm air back to the west coast. Again, it's not, even though it's above average in the west, but this is kind of our normal pattern that we see in this time of year. Again, we usually see super warm temperatures into the west, and then we see very cold temperatures in the east. I know it's not normal if it's above average or something, but that's usually the normal pattern. But again, we're seeing some those coldest temperatures out there, originating out there into the Dakota. Is going to be very cold. Up to 16 to 18 degrees below average. But Tuesday's going to be the worst day for the southeast. Most definitely going to be one of the worst days. Again, we're going to be seeing super cold temperatures by Tuesday, to maybe 12 to 15 degrees below average right here into the Gulf Coast, including Panama City, Mobile, the Gulfport. We're going to be seeing close to below freezing temperatures. We're going to go all the way from 70s in these areas close to 30. So that's a huge difference. This is just showing you how weird this winter it is. And then we're seeing the very cold air continuing in the Midwest. And then even by Wednesday, it will get a bit warmer. Like I said, it's not going to be that long lasting. And we'll still have some colder lasting all the way Thursday into the southeast in my area. But actually, the Europeans showing it a lot worse. As we now get later into tomorrow morning, look at the major cold front again. Going to bring close to possibly 20 degrees below average in these areas, especially out here into the North Dakota area. Again, we'll be seeing this warm front out here moving out the eastern coast. It's still bringing up to 10 degrees above average. Again, it's going to be very cold out here into the Midwest. Going to possibly see some negative digits movement. But as we now get later into later tomorrow afternoon, this cold front does get a lot worse. It's going to get to 14 degrees below average throughout areas into the Ohio Valley. Now again, start seeing this a lot more widespread than the GFS is showing it. It's a lot more widespread now. Actually, it looks like a major cold front, except for the small little strip the GFS was showing. Going to get very cold throughout areas into the southeast. Even the south central could be seeing close to maybe even 3 to 6 degrees below average, which is not super big of a difference, but they still really need somewhat below average temperatures. But look at this. It's actually showing a lot long lasting as well. By later into Monday, that's what we see. Monday will be very cold, but Tuesday will be the coldest day for many of these people. Many people in the southeast at the 14 to 15 degrees below average, coming out here into Atlanta, Charlotte, Columbia, areas near Greenville, and then we'll start seeing this cold air getting a lot more widespread here into the south central now, up to 7 to 8 degrees below average, and still seeing this very cold air out here into the Ozark areas, and then even seeing slightly below average temperatures into the northeast. And now, as we now get into Tuesday, like I said, it's going to be super cold. Look at this now, getting close to 14 degrees again, below average. Gonna be seeing this actually just dipping down all the way and down to the south central. So getting very cold now. Gonna be seeing possibly 9 to 11 degrees below average out here into the Gulf Coast. But as we now get later into Tuesday, like I say, very cold now, up to close to 16 degrees below average out here. Again, this is going to be very, very cold temperatures. But I'm going to be seeing this winter air coming in, and even going to be seeing close to possibly 10 degrees below average all the way to Miami. And this cold air, this cold front will go all the way down now into the Gulf Coast, or sorry, the Gulf of Mexico, and even affecting Cuba. And not many of the cold fronts go down through all the way down to the United States like this does. So then this is definitely a fairly big cold front, not size-wise, but temperature-wise, and just itself, what big of a cold front it is. But again, by tomorrow, we're going to be seeing very cold temperatures in much of these areas out here now. We're going to be seeing up to negative 18 to negative 17 degrees below average. Again, going to be very cold. Going to be seeing a degree to possibly 0 degrees near Chicago. Definitely gonna be seeing those winds as well. The wind city, and to finally see some 20s coming back into the southeast. Could be seeing 25 for Nashville, seeing 26 in my area. Again, we will be seeing up to 60 to 63, even 64 degrees. Again, like I said, we already have that little cold, warm front out there into all the way to the coast. But again, as we now get into Monday, again, these cold temperatures overnight will get very cold. Again, I can even get close to 18 degrees in my area. Could be seeing up to 32 degrees, like below freezing, all the way to the Gulf Coast. Could be seeing 48 near Orlando, and even 38 not far from Dallas. Going to still be seeing up to negative 14 to negative 12 degrees. As you can tell, these negative digits are dipping down to the south every single day. Going to be seeing up to 10 degrees near Jefferson City. Going to be seeing up to negative 5 degrees to even 0 degrees there into the northeast. But as we now get into Tuesday, this becomes a lot more widespread. Look at this, 30 degrees for Panama City, 32 for New Orleans. Again, this is going to be crazy. Again, these cities have seen temperatures like this, but it's just crazy how fast of a change it is, and how far south it's going. Usually when you see cold fronts coming to the southeast, like right after a major warm front, they don't really get past this line, and that they're going all the way down here. It's crazy. Gonna be seeing 46 near the areas not far from Miami, which is super duper cold for those areas. 21 in my area. Gonna be seeing up to 9 degrees, single digits out here into the northeast. Could be seeing a negative 5, and just negative digits moving more into the Midwest now. And then even by Wednesday, continue to see these temperatures getting super cold. 40 degrees not far from Miami, which is actually where we could be seeing some just very cold. Could be seeing, I wouldn't be surprised if we have cold advisors or anything. But again, teens and 20s out here into the northeast. Again, it's going to be seeing, not going to be seeing negative digits, because it is going to be a bit of a warm up on Wednesday. And then we'll see these temperatures once in a while come back to getting cold into the southeast or anything. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and bye guys.